the
You're still
past.
producing. It's not supposed to be produced, and you're still producing it. It's defeating the whole purpose of what we're supposed to be doing. It's not supposed to be produced.
Okay,
Oh
coming
man,
from my laughter.
coming. Oh gosh, that's not how this works, man. That's not how this
No, but for
works.
real. No, you were saying something about Drake.
Oh, his red button
Oh,
being
about the red button.
his red button being
His
a clown nose squeak.
his
Squeak
red
button.
button was kind of pink. It was more. It was it was
Ridiculous.
pink. It was like a tinge of red. It wasn't even red,
It's
bro.
absolutely ridiculous.
Like the social media games just.
You know what I don't like
backfired for
about
him,
Drake?
man.
You know that then he's
Yeah.
coming back to and he always tries to do his post and make it seem like now he's a better person than with that whole stupid
Oh
that
yeah. Because now he's just been posting at he's in Turks and Caicos. Oh now he's posting the steak thing like
man, bro,
nothing
leave,
happened. I'm
go
back
away.
to
You lost. you did. You did.
you did. Anyway. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 77 of the 30% podcast, hosted by yours truly, Afam, and my fantastic co-host, who you've just heard talk about Drake and them, Sam Are. Are is late to the party is his handle.
Sam
That
Ellie.
is Are is late to
Sam
the
Ellie. My name
party.
changed. Sam
You
Ellie.
can.
I'm Sam
Oh,
Ellie now.
it's Sam Ellie now. Oh, wow. Okay, he's Sam
Everyone knows me
Ellie,
as Sam Ellie.
Jedediah. And you can follow me at _Afamefuna on Instagram. You can also listen to this podcast on the available streaming platforms, which are Spotify. You can listen to us on YouTube. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, as well as not Anchor Podcast isn't a thing anymore. So YouTube Music, which was Google Podcasts.
Yep.
And for that, all you need to do is type in the 30% podcast, all words, and you will find us. If you want to find our social media, you can find us on Instagram, X, Threads, TikTok, and LinkedIn. As always, if you're trying to link and build, and that is the 30% pod. So that's not the 30% podcast, it's the 30% pod on social media platforms. Sam Ellie, Jedediah, what's up?
Sam Ellie. First of all, shout out to Spotify for making their transition just absolutely horrendous. It's just I just feel like I needed to highlight that. Shout out to them.
Oh my god, yeah. Let's listen. We
Let's
had
just-
a time last
just-
night trying to, not last night, but like we had a time trying to upload this podcast. Like
It's just
Sam, you've even reminded me. You've brought the bad taste back to my mouth, man. Why did they change something that was working? Like it was working so well.
I think it's to cook numbers. Are we allowed to say that? I feel like it's to cook to add more. Now you know how people are always trying to. People are always trying to add numbers. So if they direct everyone on the who is doing podcasting to Spotify to set up like new accounts, then they can throw that in their quarter one numbers.
Speaking of which, podcasting, I learned this year. Oh, not this year. I learned yesterday that the term podcast. Do you know where the term podcast comes from, Sam?
No. Well, no, I don't.
I also did not know where it came from, bro. It comes from the term iPod. And
I was going to say, was it an Apple thing? I feel like it was an Apple coin.
It's an Apple thing.
Wow.
It's an Apple thing, man.
And they were on it early. Like they had podcasts in their earlier devices, but
they
no one
invented
knew
it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They invented the term podcast, man. In 2005, Steve Jobs was talking about it.
2005.
Isn't that insane?
I wonder what a podcast in 2005 would sound like. What are you doing in 2005?
I was in class 5. 5 purple. Shout out to Mr. Wanyonyi.
5
Anyway,
purple.
wait, Sam, you were telling us
5
about
purple.
you were telling us about your week, man. How have you
Was
been?
I?
What you been
I'm
up to?
tired. I'm trying to get my. I have energy. I'm trying to. Is this a spider? I have energy. Energy, yay! Energy, yay! But I'm exhausted, man. I've been sleeping. I spent more time sleeping this week. After
Yeah,
the earlier in the week was chill. I was working on stuff, and then had a
nice.
few meetings. Thursday went down to Kitengela or Kitengela as the Google lady pronounced it. The Google Maps lady. I went down there. We were shooting a documentary. So that was cool. It's really interesting on production sets, the things that always go wrong. Like we got
Yeah.
there at 7 in the morning. It was a really nice place
Uh-huh.
too. Very,
Uh-huh.
very, very cool
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
And so we had planned to finish by 2 a.m. We left that place at like 8 p.m. Things just go wrong in
Uh-huh.
production. That's just really annoying and just take time. So we spent like a lot of
Yeah.
time just chilling and bonding
Mhm.
with production crew. But yeah, so that was that. And then I was super tired, super exhausted from that. So Friday, what did I do on Friday? I think I had meetings. Saturday I forced myself to sleep. I'm not a sleeper because I feel like I'm wasting time when I'm asleep during the day. But man, I slept, woke up, ate, slept again.
Do
I
you
was
all
just really
hear
lazy.
that? Sam is so hardworking. He feels like he's wasting time
Yeah,
by
you don't do that.
sleeping.
Do you okay, do you ever get
Like sleeping in the normal hours.
no, that's not even what I'm trying to say. Do you ever get frustrated during the holidays, like back in school? Like, you know, back in school, like you'd be looking forward to the holidays. For me, usually after like 2-3 days, I'm like, all right, this is trash. I need to go back to school. I need to do something with myself. Did you ever get that?
I'm so sorry. I
You
don't
don't relate.
relate. I used to enjoy the heck out of my whole. But were you in boarding school?
No, never that.
Okay, see, that's why me. I was in boarding school for high
Okay,
school,
maybe that's different.
so
Yeah.
me going back home was like I this month I just want to be home
Yeah,
in
wait, you
bed,
went to
not
boarding
doing
school for high
anything.
school. I didn't know that. Wow,
Yeah, I did.
discover something new
I went
about.
to boarding school, man.
I didn't know that.
Huh?
I said you discover
No,
something new
I'm
every day.
a yeah. Discover something new.
But that was that. Sorry. That was that. So just been sleeping. So I'm still super
Yeah.
tired. Anyway,
Mhm.
it's fine. I'll get some rest at some point during my the rest of my life. How was your week?
My week was pretty chill. Not too much, not too much. Just making a bunch of music. Hopefully, I made the one that's gonna take me out of the struggle. You know, you never know. Every beat you make could be the one. So yeah, just made a bunch of beats. Sent them out, and then on Tuesday, I had a song that I worked on. With Iana come out.
Hey,
It's called Truth, produced by La Soul Child. Iana, shout out to her for trusting me to do the mixing and the mastering. So that came out, which is pretty cool. I'm also looking forward to I'm looking forward to a song that's coming out next week by Valerie Mudoni. And is it next? Yeah, next week or tomorrow. It's coming out soon with Valerie Mudoni and BN. And but I know by the time this is out, the song will already be out.
oh,
But
that joint is done. Okay, that's interesting.
I didn't mix it though. I didn't mix it though, but I did record the vocals for that.
Mr. Engineer.
Um
Okay, that's
that
dope.
was pretty cool. I guess at the time I couldn't talk about it, but yeah, man. Man's recorded BN
NDAs
at some point in
everywhere.
his life.
NDAs. Boy, don't I know about NDAs.
Doesn't he know about NDAs? Aside from that, my week has not been very eventful, so I don't really
Nice.
have anything interesting to add
At least
about
it's not
what
raining
my
over there,
week
bro.
has
It's
been.
raining here. It's
What?
ridiculous.
It's
Well, the
been
rain's
raining.
chilled,
What are you
and
talking
then
about?
the two oh, really?
Yeah, there was a whole storm in Texas. Like there was a tornado in Houston.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's sorry.
There was hailstone. There was
Oh, I like
hailstones like
hailstone.
on. I want to say it's not fun when it's scary. It's not fun when they're the size of a tennis ball. Oh, yeah,
What on
please.
earth? That's crazy.
Although okay, not here though, but like there was hailstone, but not like the big ones. So yeah, there was a tornado that passed by Houston, where I'm really lucky because I'm closer to Dallas than Houston. So
Okay.
yeah,
I
so
really
yeah, and
enjoy
there was a lot of rain and
I
thunderstorms.
enjoy I enjoy hailstone, but I think my favorite national, I mean not natural um weather phenomena is thunder, because it's so chaotic, but it can't harm you. So it's like I really like
Huh?
people
What do you mean it can't harm you?
thunder,
Oh, thunder,
not
not
lightning,
lightning. Okay.
thunder.
Okay. So Sam, we should move on to like stuff that we want to talk about. There's not too much going on in the news circuit this week, as well as far as Kenyan news is concerned. But like you put me onto like the article that Motif Di Don kind of, he had an interview, right, with Buzz. And do you wanna let us know what Motive had to say about
Motives,
Arbantone?
motivation. Yeah, I mean, Arbantone has been recent. Even on radio, they're talking about it. I heard. I don't know where I was going, but then the radio was on, and the two presenters were talking about Arbantone and the critiques of Arbantone. Sorry, the critics of Arbantone that we all have, um, and so like that's been a discussion. It's been a topic since it kind of came up. Uh, it's not controversial. Well, it can get controversial if you look at it in some certain ways, but yeah. So Motif has chimed in. He has given us his 2 cents. Um, of course, Motif is a notable producer in the Kenyan scene. Done work for some of your faves, and some of your favorite songs are produced by him. So he's more on the positive side. I know. Let me go through what he said. Um, it, talking about Ubuntu now, it's a new genre that has won the hearts of many. He said, highlighting its popularity on YouTube. He believes this genre's rise shouldn't be ignored. Um, Novelty holds a key to financial success for its artists, and it's something more unusual than the rest, he explained, suggesting that it has the potential to generate millions. He then addressed the criticism have they are faced for using pre-made beats. Now, when we say pre-made beats, Urban Tone has gotten a lot of flack if maybe you're not as hip to what's going on for sampling like really popular records. When I say popular records, like popular records that charted from the West,
Do you
and they
think
just
this is? I'm sorry
let's
to
go on,
interrupt
go
you. Do
on.
you think it's smart to say that it has the potential to generate millions? I don't think it's.
That
I'm not
line
gonna say. I'm
alone,
asking the question, but like for
yeah,
me, I think that's problematic because if it does have the potential to generate millions, then me as somebody whose music has been used, I'm like licking my lips. I'm like, oh, bet it is for real. You like
yeah. With that
you're
line,
being serious. You're
he's
being
just
for
lit
real.
up the
I
whole.
bet
He's lifted the whole veil from the whole urban tone genre with that line alone. If it has the potential to generate millions, then the people whose millions that is, because you can't just take someone's record and
you can't.
yeah, and we know these guys are not. Come on, we know they're not clearing the samples. We know that. Oh, hey, maybe they
I'm
are.
telling
Maybe
you.
we're wrong. Maybe we're wrong.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. Go on, and then we can kind of dissect
Yeah. And
certain
then
aspects of
he
it.
also said the fact that they can be able to make a hit song, by they means like urban tone artists. The fact that urban tone artists can be able to make a hit song is something that should be acknowledged and not criticized. Um, so yeah, his decision to support urban tone artists stems from his desire to foster innovation in the Kenyan music scene. Um, to try and do something that's never been done in the country. Anyway, yeah, it's just his copy and please for Ubuntu. It's interesting. I mean we've talked about it a lot on the pod.
We
Yeah,
dedicated a whole episode to Arbantone.
Arbantone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I mean it's cool seeing someone who is has sort of an established, a recognizable name in terms of production,
Yeah.
speak on it. We've not seen
Yeah.
too many people speak on it. It's just more, I mean, too many people within the music industry, like openly say stuff about it. At least I haven't seen. He's one of the first. It's usually just radio presenters and then the laymen who listen to the music. But yeah, I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, I don't. I like his optimism. Okay. I do like his optimism, but I don't necessarily agree with what he's saying. Yeah, it's first of all, just Arbantone being, he says that Arbantone is a new genre that has won the hearts of many. I, uh, I have an issue with him saying it's a new genre because I don't think it's new, because what Arbantone is sampling.
Yeah.
And sampling has been around for a long time, and they're sampling with gengetone beats on them. So it's just like gengetone, then switching out the very simple melodies that we use in gengetone and replace those with samples. So it's not necessarily a new genre, it's just a new technique within
Yeah.
gengetone. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm talking crazy.
No, I agree. I agree. I mean, just to expand on what you're saying, for me personally, I still have the same stance I had when we
Yeah.
talked about it initially at the beginning of the year. I think it's fun now. Like, me, I'm just here for a good time, not a long
I'm
time.
here
So
for a
listen,
good
let's
time, not a
enjoy.
long time.
Uh,
I
uh,
way up, I feel blessed. Sorry.
okay, so
Oh no, you can't do that. You do that on purpose, Afam. That's so. Oh, come on.
okay, I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. That was actually
I know.
very, very evil of me.
Yeah.
I'm way up. I feel blessed. Anyway, yeah, have the same stance. Like, it's cool now, but like, it's a bit worrying. Like, you also have to be a little bit like sneaky with it. Like, you can't be like, oh, it has the potential to generate millions. Then if
You
it
can't
does,
light them up
then
like that.
why don't you?
Shoot flares
Yeah,
into the
why don't you
sky
pay for, because I know for a fact these guys are not paying for
at all.
samples and for the copyright and clearing them. Listen, once the wider music industry sniffs that even there's a lot of money being generated by Arbantone, they are hounding. They are right. The only reason it's been let to go on right now is, or like, there's no like real attention from it, like from the wider music industries,
Yeah,
because like they just look at it and they're like, I don't know how much money this is generating, so is it really worth like
yeah.
going
And the hit,
going out of our way
the hit potential.
to
It's just been, in terms of hits, it's just been like local hits, not international
local
hits.
hits,
Yeah,
which is actually a blessing in disguise. You see, because if one of these songs like does so well, it becomes like an Angela by Boutros or something like that.
shut
That's
it
gonna
down
be
quick.
problematic.
Yep.
It's gonna be problematic for everybody, because that's gonna put a microscope on everything that's going on. Everybody's is gonna be lit up, and it's just not gonna be good. Me personally, as a producer, guy, I sound like such an oldie right now. What I've been doing right now is yeah, I sound so boring and like safe. I've been, because I did dabble in like sampling stuff and whatever, like the Arbantone way. But I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to like old school stuff and get inspiration from that and
Yep.
produce like that instead of sampling
Sampling,
the
directly sampling
actual
records.
songs.
Yeah.
And it's actually even more fun for me trying to recreate the sound as opposed to just sampling it. So for me personally, as a producer, that's why I was saying, like, I was listening to a bunch of Caliph Records beats, because it's like, yeah, I'm having fun like learning how to produce like that as opposed to just sampling. No shade on the whole sampling process.
Yeah.
It's just in this scenario, it's a bit like risky, because once that shit is blown up, it's, I don't know. I feel like it might be a little bit messy.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. And
so I don't know.
and I guess the like regular person doesn't necessarily know what happens if, let's say, like an artist samples a popular record and then they've not like properly gone through the processes to clear it, right?
Yeah,
So what these
yeah,
guys do, like, if your song has generated, let's just say, $1 million, um the person who sampled it, if you sampled it without clearing it, that the person who sampled it, a lot of the times, if your song blows up and you're not necessarily a known producer, you don't have like a lot of leverage in terms of bargaining power or say, they are going to take every single cent that you've made from that music. They're just you're going to make nothing. You pay them back for everything, and it's just a bad business move, honestly, because
speaking of this, So this isn't really like Kenyan news, but recently, very recently, as recently as like April, um Sony sued some dude. I think he's called 90 miles an hour. No, sorry. The guy's called Trefuego, sorry, and the song is called 90 miles an hour. And bro was sued and had to pay Sony $800,000 because he
Wow.
because he sampled
Is he
yeah
signed?
because he sampled a song by no, he's not. I don't know if he's signed. I don't know his whatever, but Sony had the copyright because they sampled
Yeah.
a song by Japanese composer Hinata.
Oh, Toshi.
If you
Yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
watch Ha- if you guys watch Haikyuu, you'll know Hinata. Anyway, so they sampled a 1986 song "Reflections," and they were able to determine that this Trefuego dude earned around about $800,000 to $900,000, and he was
And
sued.
just
And people were
reached into
surprised
his
because they
pocket
were
and
like,
took
"Why
all of
would
it.
a?" Because they were just like, "Why would a?" Because that song did really big numbers in TikTok, but people were wondering why like Sony were like suing such a small fish.
Yeah.
Because like that's a small fish in reality for them. Like why are they suing like some guy who just got popu- popular off of TikTok? But listen, these guys, they come for you like
Yep.
when I
Yeah.
don't know when
That's
they
eight.
decide
That's
they
800K is like a D tier artist's budget for the whole career. So of course they're not going to let that joint go. Like collect your money. It's craziness. So
yeah.
just bringing it back to Arbantone, it's like we are sort of living in a. I think we're benefiting off a very very green industry.
Anonymity.
Yes, we're
We're
benefiting off.
benefiting off of just being anonymous.
Yes,
But
not
listen,
having much light placed on us. But I think the
that's
more.
why me personally.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, I'm sorry, I've interrupted you so many times. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fam, no, we're having a conversation.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay. That happens in the conversation. Go ahead. I haven't
No,
forgotten
I'm
what I
just
was
saying.
saying.
Me personally, I just hope Arbantone sets off the careers of the people who are really like prominent in it right now. Like, so we're talking about the Rans Scoobies, the Godi Tenors, etc. Right? I hope it sets up their career so that
Yeah.
now they can like move into like doing other sounds and kind of leave Arbantone behind just for
Mm,
their own like safety.
for their own
I
safety.
think
Yeah.
because
Yeah. So as like a
yeah,
kickstart. But then now that will raise a
yeah,
question
I
is
don't know.
I guess we're yet to see it. Um, but what could they do except maybe jump back into like gengetone? Because a lot of these artists
Yeah,
are not very, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I just think it's the nature of it, and it's not actually a bad thing. But a lot of these artists are not very versatile in their music. Like they tend to specialize in one sound. So
yeah. Jump back into Gengetone if you have to. But there's so much innovation that even happens within Gengetone itself. So it's not a
anyway,
bad
yeah,
thing, I think.
it's interesting. Listen, we're benefiting from the fact that our industry is still small. Now, when we start exporting artists
Very much
and a
so.
lot of light starts coming into the Kenyan industry, Urban Tone, I don't think
We're
is going to
cooked.
last. It's not-
Mm,
Urban Tone
it's
is
just going
absolutely
to
cooked.
end.
It's going to die
Yeah,
at death.
would be cooked. But anyway, shout out to everybody involved.
Yeah,
So
we could
let
talk
me
about
see. Let me see.
TikTok next. Let's get into some TikTok
Uh
news.
yes. So there's an article here saying ban TikTok in Kenya, not too fast. um so apparently, according to Reuters Institute Digital News Report 2023,
Wow.
54% of Kenyans sampled used TikTok. Oh, up 54% of Kenyans who were sampled used TikTok for general purposes, the highest proportion among the countries in the survey. They also used TikTok to express themselves and connect with others.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Kenyan government, like others across the world, is considering various restrictions from outright bans to more limited controls. Our government has apparently cited internal security threats for its stand, saying TikTok is increasingly being exploited in Kenya to spread propaganda,
Yeah.
carry out fraud, and distribute sexual
I'm
content.
pretty sure.
Um,
What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name? The MC. Is it MCSK chairman? Is it MCSK chairman? What's his name?
yes,
Our friend.
Ezekiel.
Yeah, I'm sure he's more focused on that last one.
The sexual content,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
stopped that. They stopped it because like there was a time on TikTok, like there was some women doing the whole like live thing and then like they whatever but they stopped that whole tap business. If you know, you
Tap
know,
tap.
like they stopped
Okay.
that whole thing.
I don't know.
Some you don't use TikTok, so that doesn't even make sense to you, but just people listening who are on TikTok know the whole thing. But anyway, that I feel like that was curbed.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I feel like it's a bit of cap because like any person I've seen talking politics
Yeah.
on TikTok and has garnered my attention long enough for me to like really just pay attention to what they're saying. I feel like they've been really spitting and actually like opening my eyes to a lot of stuff that's
But that's
going on in
that's
the
the
country.
propaganda we're
There's
talking
this
about.
one dude. There's the, so it seems like the truth is propaganda in the eyes of the government.
Oh, that's crazy. That is ridiculous.
Because it's like because they beat there's some dudes, I don't remember their names, I just know how they look.
Yeah.
But like there's some dudes who be putting us on game on TikTok about what's happening in the country. There's one dude who always talks about like financial based things and what the government is doing. Like there's one guy who made like a bunch of videos to show you how the government is making the Kenyan currency like go back down to
Wow.
130. Like he explained the whole thing, and I was like, "Wow, I'm really learning
Wait,
like a
Afam,
lot
so you
here."
have
But
a
like,
tinfoil hat somewhere. I didn't know Afam is a tinfoil man. That's interesting.
I'm not a tinfoil man. Like sometimes these things just pop up on my FYP, and I pay attention a little bit. So it's just like why would you curb like the mass education of individuals who use TikTok? Obviously, I feel like the way to control the masses is have them not be educated on the inner workings of the country
Yeah.
in general. So it's just like why are we the sexual content thing? I feel like that was cut off. There's no propaganda that's like especially political. I feel like there's a lot of truth and a lot of things there that you can learn. What was the other one? What's the other apparent reason why they want
Uh,
to
why they want to ban it?
ban
So it was propaganda,
uh
fraud,
and
fraud, fraud, carrying out
fraud.
fraud.
Okay, maybe there's fraud going on. I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
What do you think about this whole scenario?
I think I'm more interested in how creators are making money off TikTok. Because I know TikTok, it doesn't seem like TikTok has the artists, the artist fund that they do for like people in the West, where
No, they have a creator. They have a
they have
creator
a creative
program.
fund. Okay, okay, I didn't know that they did that. I thought they didn't.
Yeah,
Um,
it pays pennies.
Pennies compared to the dollars that guys are getting paid in. But there's still artists. I'm sure there's still artists that are earning from TikTok, right? I don't know. I need to really
Mm,
study TikTok. I don't know.
no, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the amount of money you make, even in America, people
Yeah,
struggle to get by. To you can't like earn a living off of TikTok and be like, I'm a TikTok creator. This is my main source of income. No, that's why a lot of people who pop off on TikTok, they start YouTube channels and try and migrate their
yeah, yeah.
audience there because it's way better monetizing off of YouTube than TikTok.
I think TikTok is an interesting. It's becoming a vehicle for creating new cultures um
Yeah,
within our main culture.
yeah.
Just because within TikTok, TikTok has like TikTok culture as a whole, and just the way it presents itself to people,
Mm,
and the more like Kenya is one of the highest users of everyone is using TikTok, bro. Like if you get into public transport, they're all so old men pull out
on
their phones, be
TikTok.
looking at
Yeah.
TikTok. So it's like a huge it's a new way of I don't know the right term for it, but then like of introducing culture to people, and
Yeah.
maybe that's part of the reason why the government, because our government still seems to be very traditional in the way it looks at things, right? So
Yeah.
maybe they're like, oh man, they maybe TikTok has the whole world shook right now. Let's be honest. TikTok has the whole world shook. America is shaking in its boots. Now they're talking about different places, Kenya. I don't know. I don't know if banning TikTok would last, because I think it's just become a really important part of people's lives and industries. Like we talk about the music industry, like TikTok is very
Yeah.
integral to that. So we've seen like with the
Yeah.
whole universal thing and all that business. So I don't know, man. I guess it's just one to keep watching to see what happens. First of all, what happens in the West, because they go first with this kind of things, and then if
Mm-hmm.
we end up copying. But it'll be really interesting to
Mm-hmm.
see if TikTok is actually banned in Kenya. Like, how would that go? I feel like that would raise more problems in terms of
I
the
would be so pissed,
internet.
man. May I have a whole
Yeah.
I have a whole series on
Oh
TikTok,
yeah.
man.
Shut
That would
Afam's.
make me so sad.
You've been doing that for a long time too. You've invested in it.
It's been a while,
Shut your
man.
whole
So
thing down.
these
No,
guys can't do
I
this to
don't know. I
me,
don't think
man.
it's going to be banned. I don't think. I think they might come to
I
an
doubt it
agreement.
as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, we can mention a few things here. One, this isn't really okay. Actually, no. Chimano. So Chimano speaks on a music hiatus, saying he's refueling for a strong return. Obviously he previously shared that why he's on hiatus, despite being one of the immensely talented singers in the Sauti Sol boy band. I find it so funny when they say boy band. Anyway,
Manband.
he is quoted as saying, "It's a man band. I'm taking a man band." Yeah, he says, "I'm taking a break until I'm ready. I needed this time to figure things out and come back even better." I mean, who really thought he was actually giving up on music? I didn't. Like,
I mean,
he's coming back.
sorry, but I think I did. I genuinely thought that maybe he was like tired of
No
it.
way he quits music. There's no way he quits music, man. That's part, like, it's been part of his life for over a decade. How do you just quit
How do you
that? You
just stop
can't.
it, right? Yeah.
The him saying he's quitting music, I'm sorry to say, it's just marketing. It's just to get people talking.
Well,
Yeah.
we are talking
So
about
shout
it,
out to
so
Chimano. Can't wait to hear what just Chimano led songs sound like.
yeah,
Is there anything
he has
else?
no,
Oh,
sorry,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, just to highlight. I mean, he has wait, he doesn't have a lot of solo music out. He released
Mm.
one single, Friday Feeling, in 2021, which was the first song off his album in 2022 called Heavy is the Crown.
So
And
does he have the smallest catalog as an individual
Ye-
from Sauti Soul?
yes, but wait, because yes,
Okay.
because Bien has two projects. We talked about that. He has the
Yeah.
Bald Man anthem, I think. What no? What's that project called? Anyway, the collaboration he
That
did.
one. And
Yeah, and
then
then
there's the Alusa.
Alusa, which did really well, and then
Yeah.
Savara has his album and his EP now. Fancy Fingers
Yeah.
has been dropping here and there. It just been dropping music
Fancy
constantly. So
Fingers, I feel like drops so much
yeah,
compared to
I don't know if
anyone
you guys know,
else.
but Fancy Fingers has like a lo-fi album, a Kenyan lo-fi album.
He does?
Yeah,
You're saying I don't know if you guys know. I
you
didn't know
don't know?
that.
Yeah,
Could you
yeah. He has.
please put me on?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. He has like a whole lo-fi album. Anyway.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah, Chimano seems
hard.
to have
Did
the
that come out? Wait, this is interesting to me. Did that come out this year or
no.
last year?
I heard of it last year. Dang, let me see. What's it called?
Okay, bet. I'm going to look for
It's
it. I'm
called
going to look
Potluck,
for it
I
for
think.
sure.
It's called Potluck.
Ooh, potluck.
Potluck, yeah.
Was it interesting?
After Further Studies. Further Studies
Interesting.
was his first project, I think. And then he dropped Potluck, which is like 8 tracks. Lo-fi goodness. Yeah, so Chimani is the least. Anyway, shout out to him. I mean, it'd be cool to see how he comes back. Maybe he could. Do you think he could use a rebrand? Do you think that's part of the goal to come back as something? Find himself, and then come back.
Yeah, the finding yourself arc in an artist storyline is usually very nice. So I would like to see that.
I love a good find yourself story.
I love a good find yourself storyline.
Yeah, that's dope. Shout out to him.
Okay. Shout out to him. I guess the next things I'd like to like just kind of like skim through. So this isn't really Kenyan related, but have you paid attention to the BT Awards nominees?
No, no, I haven't. Award shows
No?
don't. No, no. Let's just leave it there. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't say anything negative about award shows. So who was
Well,
nominated? Any
the
Kenyans? Do you have any Kenyans on there?
unfortunately, I don't see any Kenyans. I may be wrong, but I don't see any Kenyans, unfortunately. But there are a few Africans here, which
Yeah.
I found interesting, and I just want to shout them out. Burna Boy, of course. Thames, of course. Speaking of Thames, I saw her like artwork for the new album Born in the Wild, and let me just say, it's fantastic. I just love the
Fantastic.
highlighting.
The highlight, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's cool.
on what do you call it? On Twitter, like that's been a thing. There was a point where she like was posting photos and everyone kept saying like she looks like Sarah. Is it Sarabi? It's Sarabi from Lion King, right? Sarabi was Mufasa's wife.
Yes, Sarabi. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So they kept saying like she looks like Sarabi. She looks like she's a character in the Lion King. I guess they're playing off that with this album art because she almost looks like a lion with a mane and everything. Even though she looks like yeah. Okay, let me not do that. But it's cool.
But this
though.
is cool
It's really
because
cool.
she's
I like it.
also in tandem with announcing her new album
Yeah.
Born in the Wild. She's also announced her tour, which looks like it's going to kick off in June. In approximately a month from London.
I'm looking for Kenyan
It's gonna
dates
have
here.
it's going to have a European leg, a North American leg, and an Australian leg. The African leg
and the Asian leg is TBA, to be announced.
To be announced, yeah. So there's also an Asian date I see, but they've only like, how do you just say Asian? Like, say the country. Like, how am I supposed to know where in Asia?
Even Africa.
Anyway, that aside, I know, like, come on, guys. But anyway, that aside, like, it's shout out to her. Like, man, the growth is so palpable, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see this type of things and I get very inspired because it's like, bruh, you know, like Thames was
a couple of years ago, yeah, she was on YouTube
doing
playing piano and doing covers.
Yeah. And that, bro, this is where iRasta is going, man. Me, I'm telling you, these guys are not joking with iRasta's budget.
Oh.
I hear her talked about way more than Rema. Like, it's like they're really pumping money into like iRasta.
iRasta is like Nigerian's baby girl in terms of music. Like
at the moment,
they really are valuing her.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's cool.
But hey, listen,
I'll be interested
shout out to
sorry, before you go, I'll be interested to listen to before you shout out. Interested to listen to to Thames. Of course, I'm still maybe this album will be the one who saw me. I know she's really talented. Nothing has really connected yet.
I know I have talent, but where my talent is leading me, sorry. There's a meme like that. No, just ignore me. Move on. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll be interesting. Did they say when this project is coming out?
It's coming out in June. I believe June 16th.
They had said
it's
May,
coming out,
but I guess they pushed it back, right?
June 7th.
June 7th.
June 7th. It's coming out June 7th.
That is in a couple of weeks. Yeah. It'll be interesting to listen to that. Anyway,
yeah.
Who else was nominated?
But shout out to Thames.
Yeah.
The other nominees, iRasta, of course, Ashake, of course, Sei Vibes, as well as South Africa's Tyler, ICU, Focalistic, and Makadzi. Hey, okay. I was just thinking about this. If I'm Tyler ICU, I hate Tyler because like whenever you type in TYL on any streaming platform, Tyler ICU's name is not coming up. I guarantee you, I know which one is coming up first.
Yeah.
Anyway, or Tyler the Creator. Oh, bro, Tyler ICU's branding, man. I'm so sorry, bro. That's frustrating. That's why Ethan Muziki wanted to just go by Keithan because it's hella unique. It's full circle. Full circle. So anyway, not to bore you guys, best international act, Ashake, Tyler, iRasta, Focalistic, Aya Nakamura. and a bunch of other people: Ray, Carol Conker, Cleo Soul, BK,
I
Tiakola.
like
I'll
Carol
just
Conker.
read the African names in the categories. So viewers' choice: best new international act, Tyler ICU, say vibes from Nigeria, ma hey Mahadzi from South
There
Africa. I
you go.
don't know why Tyler isn't in that category. Anyway, BET Her, Commas by Ira Star. Then there is 16 Carriages by Beyonce. Well, Ira Star is the only African name in that category.
Yeah.
Who she's up against like some heavy hitters. I wish the best for her. Yeah, Glow by Glorilla, Saturn by Scissor. If Ira Star wins, like that's monumental.
Yeah.
Best female R&B pop artist: Tyler, number one; Beyonce, Coco Jones, Doja Cat, Her, Money Long, Scissor, Victoria Monet. Do I see Tyler winning? After the year Beyonce had, I don't know. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Um, based ma- based best male R&B slash pop artist: Burna Boy is the only African name. Brent Fires, Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, Drake, El Drake. Best male hip hop artist: Burna Boy again. Would you say Burna Boy is hip hop?
Burner Boy plays. He plays in bit. He plays both sides. I think. I think he likes to consider
Although
himself hip hop, but
what I
we consider him
will say
Afrobeat.
is bro is working, like he's working his brand, man, because like nowadays they're putting him in the categories, like they're putting him in the main categories,
Yeah.
not just the African based categories, and he's the only one they do that with. Although Tyler and Ira Star also get
Yeah.
the same kind, well, Tyler especially. That's interesting. I wonder why it's just Tyler. Because like, how come best female R&B slash pop artist, like they wouldn't put like a Thames or a Tyler or an Ira Star, but Tyler I think it's because Tyler hops on a more like Western sound, and therefore they determine like that's R&B. I don't know. We'd have to look
Eh,
into that.
but most of what we've had Tyler on is like Afro. I mean, Amapiano ish, right?
Well, you're right. I don't
So I don't
know.
know what these guys are doing in
But you
terms
see,
of their
no,
categories.
but like it's African. No, but like it's African. It's like I don't know how to.
It's
I don't know how
African
to.
pop. It's like it's
I don't know how to verbalize this. It's like when Americans and the West hop on Afro beats, they make music that sounds like what
like
Tyler
what
does.
style? Okay, yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah. It does. It does. It does. It does. It does. I guess so.
So it's like it's more digestible.
Yeah, it's almost like and I think Nasty C has received some of that criticism. Like his hip hop sounds more Western than African,
Yeah,
kind of deal. So
yeah.
anyway, it's making great music.
Okay, I won't read the rest of the categories and stuff. I mean, best new artist Tyler is also in there, so shout out to them. So, well, listen, shout out to Africans and African names that are in the BET Awards
Yep,
nominations. Shout out to them for representing us, and hopefully next year we'll have a few
Kenyans
Kenyans
in there.
in
We definitely
the
can
list.
for sure.
Sam, I don't know if I have any other like news I want to like really
Oh,
touch on
there's something
per
interesting I wanted to
se.
run by you since we're on just real
Let's go.
quickly
Let's
since we're
go.
on the
Let's
topic
go.
of Afrobeats. Um,
Yeah.
I saw a tweet
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by a man called Joey Akan. I think that's how you pronounce
Oh,
it.
Joy Akan.
Yes,
That's the guy who started that the page. What is it called? The African. What is it called? He has the like. He talks about like the music industry.
Afrobeats Intel. Afrobeats Intel is what it's called.
Yeah, Afrobeats
Yes.
Intel.
So
Yes.
the tweet goes, melody will save So I'm just this is quick thoughts. Quick thoughts. I wish should have done this at the
Okay.
beginning, but we
Quick
didn't.
thoughts.
Quick thoughts. Melody would. So he says, melody will save Afrobeats, not drums. Melody. Afrobeats as a movement has struggled to find definition due to the diverse nature of our influences and the lack of enough common denominators to anchor our identity to. We've previously found a pretender in the abundance of drumming, but the rise of Amapiano tested that. Yes, As a music culture, drums provide us with signature rhythm. Amapiano offered us a style to isolate melody and drumming, exalting the latter as the focus point of music while neglecting, I guess you want to say neglecting the former. But Afrobeat is a melody driven culture. We've built and reached the world from our vantage point, a peculiar understanding of melody which we flogged and exported. Flogged is a very Nigerian word. No one else says that. Afrobeats
Yeah,
began
yeah.
to experience a slump when we traded our melodies for the drum heavy Amapiano. We lost our way when we rated the log drums over our manipulation of keys and notes. The great reset is upon us. Our journey back to our prime will begin from platforming and respecting melody, as the principal part of our creative process, and our culture. Afrobeats is weaning itself off Amapiano. The damage it has done is visible, palpable, I like that word, and measurable, but we'll claw our way back, one log drum less song at a time, one song at a time, one new music Friday at a time. Afam, quick thoughts.
This is a tough one. I mean, a lot of people got really tired of Amapiano even in Kenya. Like I know a lot of people are like, please, like if I'm going outside,
Yeah,
I don't really want a DJ to play Amapiano because like it's been played out. So I kind of get where Joy Akan is coming from
yeah.
because the Amapiano stuff like it's been played out so much so that it might get a little bit like repetitive,
Yeah,
right?
it's tired.
But I don't know if melody, yeah, but I don't know if melody will save Afro, like, because I feel like you should let, because from my perspective as like as a producer, I feel like melody, like what really makes the genre is like the drums, right?
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you have a lot of freedom to like make whatever melodies you want, but when you pair that with like different style drums,
Mm-hmm.
that's what really gives it its like definition. I don't really want people to be like, I don't know if I've understood like what he's saying well, but
Yeah.
I feel like if people now start making only one kind of melody, like to go with like genres and stuff, I feel like that'll be ultimately boring. But maybe I'm not understanding like his
No, I mean
perspective.
his main point is basically once we veered off the musicality of Afrobeat and started focusing on just creating really nice drums, and very like groovy, danceable, repetitive, and just like interesting drum patterns, interesting drum sounds, the rolls and everything. And his argument is that that's not enough to drive Afrobeats forward. Like he feels like when Amapiano entered the scene, and Amapiano is very, very most of the time it's really similar in terms of the drum sounds and drum patterns, right? So he feels that once Amapiano entered the scene, Afrobeats has sort of like stagnated. So yeah, I think you're understanding it right. I feel I feel like I feel like maybe I mean, if it's dying out, right? We should just let genres take their course. It feels weird like trying to stop a whole genre and like, no, let's go back to another thing. While because
Yeah,
the
that's
music
just
industry
naturally
exactly,
habit.
the music industry
And
functions off waves, right? So as the wave comes, like
yeah,
let's no, we can't like stop in the middle of the wave and be like, you know what, now let's let's go back to something else. So
yeah.
but what he's saying does make sense. And just maybe starting to highlight the musicality of things again. But again, it's the sign of it. I mean, it's the times. It's what we're doing right now, and that's what we're doing. Anyway, just thought I'd get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. But shout out to Joey
Oh
Akan.
no,
He's
yeah,
a
for
he's a
sure,
great mind
and
in the
he
musical
is,
in the music
he
industry
is,
space, especially in
he is, he
Africa.
is.
Um, yeah, man. New music, bro. What were the streets fed this week?
Streets are
Let me see.
eating.
Let me see. Let me
Pull it
see.
up.
Do you wanna start?
Yeah, I'll go through. I'll go through what I guess I listen to.
Wait, before we even go to like new music, I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to talk about this like before we, not like towards the end of the podcast. The I saw the video with P Diddy, and man, that shit was disgusting, man. Like, even if I guess it's the LAPD or whoever like said that they can't really use that because it happened in 2016. I feel like it's pretty damning evidence that he did the shit that he did, and it's horrible. It's horrible, and it's sad to see these things happen within the music industry, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like I don't understand why somebody has to be like so evil, man. You know what I mean? Like kicking her multiple times when she was down, man, dragging her and everything.
My
It's such a like gut wrenching
my
watch.
mind just goes into how many videos of this kind of stuff we've not seen from by some of the
Exist
people who,
that have been stepped on.
yeah, some of the people we who we deem as role models, right? Like P Diddy is Sean Combs. He's no longer P Diddy. Sean Combs. Sean Combs is he was looked up to in the industry by industry professionals and by
Yeah,
artists, and like he's
yeah,
done a lot for the
yeah.
music industry, right? Um he's credited with ushering us away from the whole gangster rap era and making rap cool, and all that
Mm-hmm.
business, and
Mm-hmm.
just what he's done with R&B also and all that business. And it's just sad to see somebody who we've looked up to as an
Yeah.
industry. And when I say we, I just mean the collective industry, of course. But then mostly the American industry, they've looked up to him as one of the greatest. He recently got a lifetime achievement award. Maybe that was preemptive. Maybe bro knew what was coming. He was like, "Yeah, I'll give me
I
my
don't
award
know.
because I'm." But yeah, no, it's I don't want to joke about it, of course, because it's not funny when you see that kind of stuff
Yeah.
happening. With all the allegations, and then when this video just came out, I'm like, man, like it's
I feel so bad for Cassie, man.
yeah,
But she,
it's
like
crazy.
we
It's
need to
crazy.
believe women when they call these things out. But
Not
yeah,
just that, not
also
just that,
you bring
sorry, not just that. I also feel like, how do we hold some of these guys who they accumulate so much power and wealth, but mostly power?
yeah,
How do we hold some of these guys
yes,
accountable? Because that's the problem. A lot of these guys, they get to the point where they feel like they're not accountable to anyone, and so they
yeah.
just feel like they can do, like, blatantly commit a crime
I
like
feel
that
I feel like
and
the
get away with
power
it.
comes with the wealth as well. The power comes, they're intertwined, because you see when you make that much money,
Yeah.
you feel like you can pay for anything to disappear. I'm sure that video, like he paid for it to like
No,
not
they
be
said
put
they
out
said well,
when
numbers are
it
floating
happened.
around, but they said that he played the hotel. He paid the hotel because that's where it happened, right? He paid the hotel to keep it under wraps.
Yeah,
But then now
yeah.
that
Uh,
some laws changed or something, management moved or something weird like that happened. That, oh no, it's because of the
yeah.
lawsuit that came out, and sorry, my bad, sorry. The raid that happened, they got the tapes, so now that's where
Mhm.
someone found the tapes and then
That's
it's
where
been
that's
leaked.
come from.
Sorry.
Anyway, I just wanted to say like my last piece on this would be from what you just mentioned about like these celebrities and guys. Like I think it's also very important to not put any of them like on any
Oh
pedestals,
yeah,
because like
yeah.
ultimately
No one.
ultimately it's not P Diddy, it's Sean Combs. These guys are human beings and they do like some weird shit. Like, so putting people on pedestals is a no, because you'll ultimately just be very disappointed.
Exactly. Both
um
both
and you
international
know how
and
they say
local
never,
artists. Like just
oh, even local,
yeah,
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They say never meet your heroes. It's so true, man. Never meet these people, because like in reality they pale to what you've built them up to be in
exactly.
your mind. But like
It's sad,
your
man. I really
prayers
hope,
to Cassie
yeah.
and her
I
family,
really hope
because
we're able
I
to get
know
to a point where
seeing
it's
that,
like we don't, like,
yeah,
there's
shit like that
accountability, and
just
it's
doesn't,
ridiculous, man. And it's
yeah.
sad. Anyway, let's
It's very
get
sad
onto
and it's
music.
gut wrenching and it's very triggering,
Yeah.
I know, for a lot of women. But yeah. But anyway, new muziki.
New music.
I
Yep.
believe you were starting.
Yeah, I could just run through a couple of things. I need to I've been super busy just with some of the work I've been doing. I've not like had time to like sit down and go in depth. But I sit down and go deep in depth the way I usually do. But I sort of give some things a listen. VB dropped a 3 pack, 3 pack, dropped a 3 pack uh I think it's a 3-pack could be an EP. That was cool. I think I listened to a few, maybe 1 or 2 songs on there. It sounded cool. Sounded like what VB do. Let's see. Who else released music? What else? Or rather, wait. Pause first. The first thing I listened to out of everything is, for me, New Music Friday started on Tuesday when Iana dropped, and that was cool. Shout out to Iana. Israel Onyach dropped
No. You can't just pass that. Shout out to Iana, man. Listen. I talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the podcast, but listen. Iana is slowly cementing herself in the industry, man. Also, shout out to Selena Onyando for the amazing like photo shoot and artwork. So shout out to them.
Oh yeah, I
Like
really
I
like the
just
artwork.
and then
Super
shout
dope.
out to La Soul Child for the production, and shout out to this random guy called Afam for the
Oh
mixing
gosh.
and mastering, like whoever he is.
Oh
Like,
my
you know,
goodness.
I don't
Oh
know.
no. Oh man, no, yeah, shout out to Afam.
But no. In all honesty, jokes aside, really shout out to Iana. That's the second song we ever recorded.
Yeah.
And when I was recording her at that period, I don't know if you remember, Sam. I was telling you, I think Iana is like the future. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I think
You
she's one
mentioned
of
it
the
a few
best
times.
vocalists, like ever, like not ever, but like in the industry right now. And I really do think Iana has like a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So I hope she can continue making the slappers and keep on putting her foot on our necks, because she is on a run.
Very true. Shout out to her, man, and you for um that. I mean, it's a really cool song. Interesting, and I'm again, my whole thing is just like, I'm really interested because I'm very interested in artist development. So it's just very interesting watching artists like grow in terms of their sound and what they're doing. So it's cool. Shout out to her. I was saying Israel Onyach released Takutunza. I really like that one. Very
I
interesting, very
love that
acoustic,
song.
very, yeah, sounded
I
good.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's
Um,
so beautiful.
yeah. Paroti and Adi Chokoch released Hio Imeanda. That was interesting. Frederick Muller and Umoja Sounds. At this point, they're releasing music every week now, right? It's kind of crazy.
Morobaz.
Yes. Umoja Sounds also released with Ayanda Gia, a song called Find Me. That was cool. Moji Shot Baba.
I think she's from South Africa.
Oh, you think so?
Wait, is she from South Africa?
I don't know, bro.
I think so, because I was just checking her, like whatever. It's mostly like from SA, like her listenership and stuff. Because I don't know too much about her. I don't think she's Kenyan, but you know,
No, I
I
don't
might
think
be
she's
wrong.
Kenyan either. It must be from South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I saying? Moji Shot Baba released Mafinho with Gavi Royale and Desito. That's another banger. He's releasing bangers actually. Idaziz, we haven't talked about Idaziz for a minute. He's been dropping music, so he's dropped also. A song called Kibogoyo Balata remix. Oh, it's a remix. Yeah, with Sun Lee, Idaziz, and Balata. Had the band popped out with a song called Mama Raise a Star. I haven't had the band. Okay, no, they released an album.
I like the creativity. I like the creativity from Ras. Mama raised a star. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes, that's cool. Dang, who else? Family, friends. Killy Hippie Boy Black and the Swami. Whenever I see those three names, I'm quick to go. Like, I'm quick to click on that. Like, I want to hear what they're doing, and I wasn't disappointed. This was cool.
Yo,
Also.
that's so hard,
it's
man.
crazy.
That's so
dope.
fire.
Super dope.
Like they sound, they're actually like on a run right now.
Yeah, they're on a run.
Shout out to them. Who was the second verse on there? You know, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not.
You don't know.
I don't know how to like distinguish. Yeah, but the second guy there was like, bro.
Oh man.
Sorry if I sound
You need to
ignorant
do your
right now,
research,
but
my guy.
like, holy hell.
You see how I'm skating
Holy
around it
hell.
also. You need to do your research, Afam. You need to do your research.
Yeah, sure. It's just me. Okay.
McKinley and Lisa Odor Noah released a song called Safe. Very, very, very lovely song. I enjoyed that. Just a couple more. Waidaka, who is a producer, I think, dropped a project. The project is called Sold Duets, and it is a 15-track project, and it features the likes of A Rush, Wanjine, Victor Gishora, Zaituni Wambui. Jivu, Fee, and a bunch of others. Sage, just a whole bunch of stacked Mutoria. It's a very stacked project. He's a producer, and it's cool. I've listened to some of the songs. Very interesting actually. I want to like sit down with it and give it like a proper listen. What else do I want to highlight? Actually, you know what? You could go. What have you been listening to?
What did you know? Oh, there was Rise Again by our legends Sanaipe Tande, Nazizi, Romantico, and Samakimku. So it was good
Big
to
fish.
hear Sanaipe Tande and Nazizi again. Very, very, very fire track.
Yeah.
There was Kilo De by Obembe and Andia. Did you listen to that?
Yes. What did you say? What's the name of the track again?
Kilo De.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That's where that's Yoruba, right?
Yes, it is. You get points for that.
Okay.
And all those points are
Thank
taken
you.
away for pronouncing it absolutely horribly.
Oh, how do you pronounce it?
Kilo de.
Anyway,
that's if I'm pronouncing it right.
Then may I have a feeling you're not? May I feel like I'm closer?
So you're hating
anyway,
now. You're just hating. That's hate. That's hate coming from you. Continue.
There was Day Ones 2 by Frank White, Lil Minor, UGYN. What else did I listen to? Oh yeah, there was the Miss Me remix by Akan. I guess the remix is by Esoteric Dragon, which by the way, I think is a really, really fire name for an artist. Esoteric Dragon, or a producer. I like it. Lifetimes by Devi Waweru, and the last thing, the last two things I listened to was Comma by Nonlonipo. How do I pronounce his name? Help me, I'm drowning. Holonifo.
On there by yourself.
And Savara. Fine. I messed up your name and I'm really sorry if you hear this. But like shout out to y'all. And lastly, there was Digestive Story by Caleb Awiti and Fago's Paradise. But Sam, I wanted to leave this for last. My personal favorite release of the week had to go to Karun. How far? So I just saw rumblings on the internet. I was like, oh, there was somebody who posted like, oh yeah, Karun posted this week, like everything is right in the world. And I was like, cool. Let me just go and listen. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Especially that first song, How Far, like it really, really blew me away. So I want to shout out Karun, GR. I don't know if it's pronounced gr or GR. I don't know. If you listen to this, you're probably laughing to yourself. And then Hook. And bro, the things that stood out to me on these two tracks is the production value. It's really, really high. It's really, really high quality. The mixing, the mastering, the layering of the vocals,
Yep.
the delays, the playing around with the what am I trying to say? With the imaging in terms of like the panning of the vocals and everything. Like it's so beautifully and masterfully done. The artwork is amazing. The hair that looks like Medusa, the black and white. Everybody knows I'm a fiend for black and white. I already find that so classic. But the thing that stood like for me, the song that really had me obsessed was How Far. The pianos, they're so lush, and then paired with the drums, like I was trying to figure out, me and my friend Harawa, we were trying to figure out if those drums were like programmed or if they were real, because they sound so harmonious, especially with the bass. Like it sounds so legit and so round and like sweet to listen to. And then the other thing that I loved about that song was the transitions, man. Ooh, and I have to say the moodiness in the music, with just like them using like a rain sample with the thunderstorms and everything, and even using the thunderstorms as part of the transition. Like it's like this is such a stormy song, even with the subject matter, and some of the things she's saying are very deep, about her saying like all she knows is like, I like in her feelings, like all I know is this feels wrong.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can't even like verbalize why things make you feel a certain way, but you just know it feels
And to
wrong. Like I found that very like deep.
yeah, sorry, and on
Like
that point, I think with those two songs, I've really enjoying Karun's like songwriting. Like I really enjoy her songwriting
yes,
on them. Like
it's
it's
great.
it's it's becoming very very nice to see because now when we start seeing like elevate and then we start getting excited because like there's the kind of things that we begin
Yeah.
to like, okay, now we can begin to like really like push artists outside and like put them against songwriters outside and like they're going to like do really well. And I think she's super talented, man. Super super talented.
No, she's genuinely putting herself like up there, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like last year was a little bit of a quieter year for Karun, but this has like just said, "Yo, I'm still here, guys. Like I am still her." And bruh, even towards the end of the song, how far like those like harmonies, man, they're
Yeah.
pleasantly like there was a little bit of dissonance, but it works. I don't know if you heard what I'm talking about. Like it works. Like with it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's so beautifully done. Like that is genuinely, I'm not even gonna lie, that's one of the best songs I've heard from Karun.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite Karun songs like ever. Um, I like I don't know if I sound like I'm exaggerating, but like I never like I don't get obsessed with songs often. Like there's very few songs that make me want to play it over and over again. Very very few, very very few. But this was one of them,
Yeah.
which is why if you would allow me some, I would love to play the song How Far by Karun, GR, and Hook.
How far do we go far do we go? Yeah. How far do we go? How far do we go? How far do we go?
That was How Far by Karun. What a song. Speechless. But yeah, man. Sam, that was episode 77, man.
Yeah.
We're fast approaching the 80s.
7.
What should we do to commemorate the 80s? Should have a disco themed
How will that work?
we should have a disco themed podcast.
We need to brush up on our disco
I don't know
lingo.
how it'll work. We'll just figure it
Brush
out.
up on our disco
Yeah,
lingo.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
But yeah, man.
Themed
Shout out to
podcasts.
you guys
Yeah.
for sticking with us for 77 episodes. We always appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to this wonderful audio adventure. And guys, I know I like to push these 3 C's, which I have been ramming down your throats. And I know it's kind of tiring, but it's very important for me that you guys remember to be confident in the music that you're working on and releasing. I need you guys to be consistent with the music. You know why? Because if you're not consistent, people will just listen to the next best thing and forget about you. And lastly, work on your craft, because every day, if you work on your craft, you will get better. You might not notice that you are improving, but trust me, the improvement builds up like over time. And then a year from now, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so much better than I was. And yeah, man, that's all for me, Sam.
Yeah. I am very deep into my anti-procrastination era, so just a reminder to do the things that you know you want to do. But for some reason, just don't want to do it now. Like, just get it done. Like, just get it done.
Get it done.
Get him done. And we got this done.
And with that, yeah, and we did. And with that, we got this done. Yeah. And we shall catch you guys on episode 78.